Unlike the original Chevrolet Malibu from the 60s, this latest one is high-tech, agile, fuel-efficient, and doesn't weigh as much as a school. It's a family-oriented car, and among many other things, it's got piles of the right stuff to make those families happy on the go during a road trip. First, inside. The cabin looks and feels luxurious and high quality, especially if you opt for the LT trim level like the Tester. Add in the solid action of the controls, a nice interior trim, and dense, robust overall build feel to this car, and you're nicely set up to enjoy a little taste of the upscale motoring high life. There's plenty of room for everyone's stuff, especially in this big center console and in this special hidden compartment behind the central screen. That screen, by the way, houses one of the slickest and most easy-to-use infotainment systems on the road, too. Both rows of seats are easy to access and comfortable. And there are goodies. On the Tester, these included automatic climate control, automatic lights, a sunroof, heated leather, and factory remote start. There's Onstar 2, which, among other things, connects you with help or directions from a real-life human being at the touch of a button. This adds all sorts of confidence and can be used by anyone driving your car. Extra points for the slick-looking LED accent lighting, which sets the cabin off after dark, too. There's also a Pioneer audio system with Bluetooth streaming and USB connectivity. And when you haven't got that punchy stereo cranked, Malibu has a very quiet interior. In fact, I've driven cars that cost twice this much that let in more wind noise at speed. End of the day, they've done a nice job of making this Malibu a modern, comfortable, and relaxing place to be. Of course, Chevy's most recent dip in the family sedan ocean has brought with it the trendy goal of offering up highly fuel-efficient travels to its drivers, too. The result is that you get tremendous capability for great gas mileage included as standard.
Of course, that fuel efficiency coming largely from the powertrain here. This Malibu's got GM's new 2.5-liter four-cylinder, makes 197 horsepower, and it's got dual overhead variable camshafts for real-time management of engine breathing requirements. Also direct injection, which uses a very high-pressure fuel injector mounted inside the combustion chamber. That helps to extract the most possible energy from every molecule of fuel. On top of that, the entire engine is aluminum, which helps to reduce the vehicle's overall weight. And we've got a 6-speed automatic transmission that gives you better fuel mileage and better performance at the same time. So if you want a conventionally powered family sedan that's going to save you some gas, this thing pretty much has all the tools on board to do it.
So did it work? Yeah, actually, my overall test mileage landed at 9.5 liters per 100 clicks, which over the course of a week with me driving is pretty darn good. I would expect that figure to drop further once the engine breaks in, as the Tester had only done a few kilometers before I got my hands on it. Steering and suspension team up for a responsive and slightly sporty feel, which I prefer over the Nissan Altima we drove last week. Steering particularly is a touch heavy and quick, meaning the Malibu doesn't feel opposed to sporty driving. It's still comfort first, but more than eager to be driven with intent. Brakes lack the precise feel you'll find in a comparable German or Japanese car, but they bite hard and ditch velocity fast when called upon. Getting back up to speed happens quickly enough. This isn't a lightning fast car, but it performs as well as it needs to when you give it the boots. Drive gently and you'll barely hear a peep from the engine or feel anything from the transmission shifting either. A sign of the times, those after more jam can get a turbo four-cylinder engine with 260 horsepower instead of a thirstier, comparably powered V6. So basically, Malibu ticks all the right boxes to leave families well taken care of on any trip while not emptying its tank in any sort of hurry. Complaints? Nothing major. I wish for a smaller turning circle and maybe a bit more pleasing sound from under the hood when the engine gets spinning fast. Small complaints in terms of a car that hits so many of the right marks. Thanks for watching.
Here's one more bit of road trip magic the Malibu gives you. It's OnStar.
Connecting to Onstar. Transfer this scale, how may I help you?
I just need some directions if I could.
I'd be glad to help, sir. And what address of business, please?
I don't have an address, but just the nearest place I could get chicken wings.
See what comes up. Okay.